This is back in the 80s. He said, you should be able to go to camp. Goes to the Cancer Society, and they said, we'll lend you our name for insurance purposes, but you're going to have to raise the money, start a board, find a place to have this camp, do all the things. Good luck. That was over 40 years ago. The camp still goes strong. It's still one of the first oncology medically supported cancer camps for children in the country. And as I sat on a plane 15 years ago, heading back for the very last time after 15 summers, I sat next to a man in SeaTac on a plane and chit-chatted, because I talk a lot. I told him about this camp that I was going back to out in Sun Valley, Idaho, and he says, I used to live we didn't have health insurance. Don't get me down that tangent right at the moment, but don't have health insurance. And he says, I was sure she was going to die. And we have 2 children, 2 daughters, one barely in grade school. He says, I thought I would be a widow father raising those girls alone. And then this man shows up and his office finds his health care and gets all of the care donated, including the hospital care. And I think that this man, he says, would have picked me up and my wife to bring us to appointments himself if we needed to. Man out of Twin Falls. I said, that's where the physician was that started this camp. And I said his name, and the man started crying, and he says, because of that, man, my daughters have a mother. Because of one man who heard a child cry out and say, I need something, I wish I had my childhood. He made that thing come true. Year after year after year, he raised money and brought children in. I got to be part of that. I got to be part of the last summer of too many children, unfortunately, but they had this great joy and they created this place that was so powerful that when some of the children knew they were not going to come back, they asked their parents as a last wish to show to this camp after they were gone, because they knew that we would take care of them. And we did. And now it's our turn to take care of our community, to rise up. The dream that Dr. King had cannot be made true if we stay asleep. We are here to make his dream come true, to make the promises that have not been kept to our indigenous people, to our people of color, to our people that are struggling in economic pressure that is incredible and ever growing. All those promises, we're here to make sure that they're kept, that we stand, and that we deliver these. These belong to us. These are our promises to keep. So spread the word, spread the energy, realize what the power of that one individual is to create a change for thousands of people in the positive. And they can take both my eyes, but they will never take that vision of what we should and can be away from me ever. I don't have a great ending to my speech because
we are live here from the Free America
because this is a thing we're creating now.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're creating this now. This is history.
Yes.
And one day, I hope that this is the beginning of something where you could say, I was there.
Yes.
I moved things and I moved people.
Hello.
And we finished this story in a way that makes us warm and proud. In our last days on earth, we can say that we did something amazing.
This is the Free America Walkout in Portland, Oregon.
I'm not a professional speaker. It took me hours of heckling people at the Tesla dealership on a megaphone before I got used to the sound of my own voice.
Yes.
And I still don't feel like the kind of man that deserves to stand up in front of you, but the message that I have is important enough that I have to get over the anxiety of speaking in public. Thank you. But we all have to get over some type of anxiety, whether it's speaking to a stranger that we know we need to speak to in order to get something done, in order to stand in a place that may be dangerous. Because if we don't stand in those places now and be seen, it won't matter where we stand, every place will be dangerous for all of us. And so let me thank you for being out here. Hand off the microphone to the next speaker, and let's make this story true and righteous and right. Thank you.
Let's get one more shot for Vinny.
The person you just saw speak was an ER nurse
Next
who
up,
was
we
shot
have
in the eye
Aaron.
by
He's
the
gonna
Federal
come talk
Protective
to us.
Service.
Give him some energy.
Hey, what up, what up? It's nice seeing everybody. First off, I would like to thank the organizers of this rally for giving me the opportunity to speak to all of you.
Yes.
Now we'll begin. Dear people of non-color, this is for you. My name is Aaron. I'm American-German dual citizenship. My mom is German and my dad's American from Atlanta. I have been residing in Portland since 2022 after jumping places around the globe since I left Germany in 2017, but I won't get to that because that could take forever. But for that, I did live in Kansas till I was 16. I have been attending the ICE protest since last year of July 5th after seeing footage online. I have since then been actively participating in the protest daily. It has been a part of my life, of my daily life up until this day. I was there as a protester and also as a videographer capturing the everyday violence that... Yes, I'm nervous, sorry.
We love you, Aaron!
I have been attending the ICE protest since last year of July 5th after seeing footage online. I have since then been actively participating in the protest daily. It has become a part of my daily life up until this day.
Wow.
I was there as a protester and also as a videographer capturing the everyday violence that all of you have no idea about, nor did you quote-unquote care until we finally got some media attention after being ignored because of your white privilege. I will get to that topic regarding your white privilege later. On the ground, I've always been verbally vocal towards ICE and DHS. I would literally walk up to each Asian's face and call them a bitch face one after another. I would look them straight in the eye and say it. I would walk in between because usually how that goes down is the Asians will tell the protesters to make space away from the Asians. And so if imagine there's a nice space, say, here are the Asians, here are the protesters, and what I do, I'm like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna walk right in the middle and sit every single one in the face and call them a bitch face. Blah, blah, blah. Like many of us, I have also been brutalized from ICE and DHS countless times. Since the protest started evolving into a dance party, I started changing my focus to ICE Watch because the meaning of the protest disappeared and lives aren't being saved there, even though the protest still serves its purpose for awareness. Remember, everything that's happening in Minneapolis happened to us last summer. They use us as a training ground for their practice around America right now.
Sit.
Blah, blah, blah. And believe me, they will come back here again to finish their job because they are not done yet. And they will do a whole sweep all along the West Coast very soon, starting with San Diego very soon, the next week or two. Okay, there is ICE Watch and there is Rapid Response. They are two complete different things. With Rapid Response, you respond to the calls that people make when they spot ICE. Where with ICE Watch, you are actively looking for ICE, scoring every street, corner, parking lot to find them. I attack ICE like I do at the protest, which means up in your face attitude once ICE is spotted, and I will follow them as long as I can to give them hell as long as I can and as much as possible to waste their time. When I tell you that they hate me, I mean they literally hate my fucking guts. I am known with ICE. I'm very high on their watch list. Blah blah blah. Sorry about that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Calm down. Tranquilo. I've wasted with my comrades in ICE agents time for up to 3 hours trying to save lives. recently up in Vancouver. That was like 2 weeks ago. We like chased them for 3 hours long. That was fun too. Huh? It was a blast. This is a team effort, but how many of you can actually say that you try to save lives daily, 24/7? How many of you? None of you can, because most of you people out here are keyboard warriors who would rather hide behind a keyboard than actually be in the street fighting every day trying to save people's lives because of your entitlement. All of you only respond when the white community is affected, like with Renee Good. Don't get me wrong, that made me sad too when I saw her get shot. But this just reminds me how dangerous what we do daily can be on the road. Okay, my question for all you white people out here. Where was the outcry for the Venezuelan couple that got shot here in Portland by ICE agents? Why don't I see any European Americans screaming for them since they got shot in our city in Portland? I have not once heard a single outcry from the white community about this incident at the protest or online. One thing I wish is that you would cry for people who aren't white too, because for me, it only seems that you guys feel affected when it hurts one of your own people. I've learned not to take most of you seriously since moving back to America, because I believe that white people in this country move hella weird compared to Germany and Europe, for my taste, which I don't like. Most of you have your own agendas and only participate when it makes you look good on your Instagram feeds. One thing that we people of color don't need is we do not need no fucking white saviors. Like hell no. That's the last thing we need is a white savior. Because that's the last thing we need, nor want, because at the end, we end up getting taken advantage of. Because history does not lie at all, because it's happened so many times in history in the last 500 plus years. If you really care about us people of color, which I don't believe you really do, then you will let us take charge and do things our way and not the white way. Why do you think that no black people participate in this protest? Because of how white people dragged the protest in 2022 from them. And they are still mad to this day about it, from what I've been told from different non-profit organizations and also from my black community. If you want to help us out, then learn to listen to us more and don't pick and choose when you actually want to hear our voices like right now. After today, most of you are going to forget what we said anyways, and that's how I truly feel. I'm honestly not lying. It's my honest opinion. Remember one thing, we would not be where we are today if your ancestors would have actually fought back against the American colonies and the system that was installed. Imagine if England would have won the war. Slavery would have been abolished because the promise that England made to the enslaved to free them from slavery, which was illegal in lots of colonies, but completely after the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833. Yet you still choose to celebrate the 4th of July, which was a win for slavery. Yes, celebrating a war to keep slavery. What a bunch of hypocrites most of you are who celebrate it. And that's the truth too. If you celebrate the 4th of July, then you're a racist. And now tell me you aren't racist without telling me you aren't racist. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, nor do I give a flying fuck about your feelings or your opinion. It is your ancestors' fault until this day that we are in the situation that we're in right now. Don't blame this on the black, brown, or yellow people. We have been warning you for centuries, but you've never listened to us, and you won't now, and that won't change. This is on you to fix. Use your white privilege to actually make change where you won't gain from it. And one last thing before I'm done. Quit calling people like us the minority when we are the majority in the world. In reality, white people are the minority. You guys make up 8% of this world, so quit acting like you're the majority of this world when you're not, hey. And for my last thing I want to say, P.S., fuck you to all the undercover ICE agents that are here at the rally. Eat a dick and peace out, period. Fuck ICE!
Fuck ICE!
Thank you, Aaron. Next we have Crowfeather. Crowfeather, come join us. More energy than that. Come on.
My name is Crowfeather. My close friends call me Crow. ICE, DHS has beaten me pretty bad. They broke 3 of my ribs and cracked my sternum and beat me in my kidneys. I'm going to try to do this without getting too emotional, because when I speak about my people, it hits deeper than my heart. The pain is embedded in my DNA. Maybe you've heard of generational trauma. We stand today on ground that has been held, defended, and bled upon for thousands of years. Long before the name America was written on a map, hundreds of sovereign nations flourished here. But the history of this land is also a history of a soul wound. systematic effort by the state to erase the original people of this continent.
Yep. Yep.
To speak of American history without speaking of genocide is to tell a lie.
Yep.
When European settlers first arrived, historians estimate there were over 10 million indigenous people
Yes.
living in North America. By 1900, through state-sponsored violence and biological warfare,
Yep.
that number was decimated to fewer than 300,000. This was not an accident of history, it was a calculated policy. In 1830s, the Trail of Tears saw the forced removal of over 16,000 Cherokee people. Nearly 4,000 died from exposure and starvation. 1864 and 1890, massacre at Sand Creek and Wounded Knee saw the slaughter of hundreds of women and children by the U.S. Army. The 19th century distribution of smallpox, contaminated blankets, and the allotment of lands via the Dawes Act was a deliberate tool used to break the communal spirit and physical health of indigenous nations. The fight against the U.S. government is not a recent development. It has been constant for over 500 years. From the Pueblo Revolt to 1860 to the Red Power movement of 1970s and the Standing Rock protest and today's protest at the ICE facility, indigenous people have fought a government that did not even grant them citizenship until 1924. This is a resistance that has spanned more than 20 generations, battling against a government that broke over 370 treaties it signed with indigenous tribes. In recent years, under the Trump administration, we have seen a resurgence of policies that threaten the safety and sovereignty of non-white people. For indigenous communities, this has meant budget cuts, proposed cuts, nearly $1 billion to programs in Indian country targeting the healthcare, law enforcement, and education. Threats, environmental threats, the fast tracking of pipelines like the Dakota Access and Keystone XL, which violate tribal sovereignty, threaten sacred water sources. The administration's rhetoric and policies, from the Muslim ban to the dismantling of civil rights protections, have disproportionately targeted Black, Latin, Asian, and indigenous communities. By weakening disparate impact rules, the government made it harder for any person of color to fight systematic discrimination in housing and employment. The struggle is not over, whether it's the fight for land back, the movement, the missing and murdered indigenous women, or the fight against systematic racism in our cities. The fire of resistance that started centuries ago still burns. We do not just survive, we resist. We do not exist, we lead. Our existence is our resistance.
Now let's Crow Feather, an indigenous activist here in Portland who is speaking at the Free America Walkout here in Portland, Oregon.
One more round of
Some
applause.
likes and subs.
Yes.
That'd be great. This is the
We
Indigenous
got
News.
Bree up next. Bree's gonna come talk to us. Give her some energy.
Welcome to the Free America Rally, folks. How y'all doing? Good, good. Wow. I just want you to all look around, truly, and see your community, because we're constantly bombarded with this idea that we're not amongst friends and we're not amongst good company, when really the people next to you are who we need to be leaning on right now. So I won't be doing too much of a speech, but I just want to give, raise of your hand if you think ICE, as an understatement, has gone too far. Yeah, that's community. I think that paperwork determines your value as a human.
No.
Good, good. No, good. And ultimately, we talk about MLK Day and these amazing leaders who led some of these movements, and how culture change takes decades. I might not see the fruits of our labor. My kiddo might not see it. But hopefully we can start for them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So in the spirit of collective action and connection and getting organized, I want you to talk to someone next to you that you do not know, and I want you to tell them how you're participating in collective action. You got 2 minutes, and I'll round us back up. Go.
We are at the Free America rally in South Portland, Oregon. We have multiple speakers right now. People are going to be marching here after the speakers, and we're going to be following that. This is United Vision News. People are now taking a couple of minutes to kind of connect with each other.
It was a fast 2 minutes.
Get some community connection
It
going.
was a quick 2 minutes and back to the center. Thank you. Fuck ice. Perfect. Did you meet somebody new?
Oh, I'm just gonna. Ooh, shoot, sorry. Legs asleep. Stop, he's gonna. Stop. Alright, gonna take a quick break here and come back here soon. This has been United Vision News here at the Free America Walkout in Portland, Oregon.